Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the Bookish pod. I'm Shy, and I'm currently by myself again today. So, a few of the videos that y'all have seen recently are the ones that we filmed together because we were actually in person. I'm sorry, y'all. It is early Saturday morning, and your girl's tired. But figured I would get up and film y'all an episode that I've really been considering filming. And this is gonna be more of a talking episode. So for those of y'all who don't know, I am a romance girl. Pause. I like romance. I like romantasy more. And then I like mystery, some mystery books. And I like some dark romance. Now, I've talked a lot about dark romance here lately. I don't know if any of those episodes will ever see the light of day. So I'm going to put them all in here. Kind of talk about my sorry y'all, I sound like I have a frog in my throat. My criteria for dark romance is as follows: good plot, no more than 10 spicy scenes. I won't say chapters because sometimes they're not completely chapters. And the 10 is optional. If they're not full chapters, then I'll go a little bit more on the scenes. I'm being completely honest. The cussing doesn't really bother me, but I don't want super, I don't want them to hurt any of the characters intentionally. One that I read that I talk about a lot was The Ritual. And my neighbor just went up the road with his cat out. So I don't want in The Ritual where Raylan was her soul to take. Blake. I don't want her to be drugged all the time. And the male main character to purposely try to cause pain. I know some people like that when they read dark romance, but that's my criteria. So it has to have a good plot. Spicy scenes, 10 is my max. If they're full chapters, if they're just small scenes, it's optional. Female main character or male main character does not need to be purposely hurt, drugged, essayed, or as follows. Oh. And I know a lot of dark romance is supposed to be like that. I know that it's supposed to tickle the dark side of human mentality and make us wonder about the darker things in life and stuff. But I'm just not that much that kind of a person. So if you're like me, you're iffy on the dark romance, I recommend the Souls trilogy. I'm currently reading her Soul for Revenge. I'm on chapter 14. I'm on my Kindle too, so that helps. It kind of pushed the boundaries, but it had redemption because so he's a demon, right? Zane is a demon, and he makes a deal with Juniper to, like, take out this whole cult. So, when he makes the deal with Juniper, a demon has to, like, mark their mark, right? Like, their new capture. And I'm losing my voice. Juniper has a bunch of scars and stuff from where the cult tried to kill her. And so Zane, and like she's covered it in tattoos, covered her whole body in tattoos to cover up the jagged scars from the cult. And so, I promise I'm not boring, y'all. I can't quit yawning. Anyways, she's like covered her whole body in tattoos to try to cover up those scars. And when Zane like marks her, he does it so that the scars aren't jagged, and it's across her chest. And the only reason that I didn't DNF the book right then, because like I said, I don't like intentional harm on any of the characters. And obviously that was very intentional, like his purpose was to cause pain. But his redemption was that he blended it with her tattoo. He took very much care in not like letting it be jagged and stuff. And so when he did that, I was like, oh, like that's kind of sweet. Then he took her home and like he cleaned her up and made sure like her wound was clean, got her in bed and everything. And that's the kind of like stuff that I like. If he drugs her or something like that, which I don't like the drugging. I don't like the drugging. And I think we brought this up in our last episode, our Get to Know Us. We're from Tennessee. And if you know where Broadway in Nashville is, and then like Chattanooga, that's another one of our big cities, we hear about like girls getting roofied and everything all the time. So that's something that just like rubs me the wrong way. Personal opinion, personal preference. I know some people don't think twice about it. And that's okay. But when he did that, I was kind of like, oh, that's super sweet. Like, I kind of like this. And like he washed her clothes for her and everything. So I like that part. And that was its redeeming quality. So I did not DNF the book. That was probably 4 chapters ago. Yeah, probably. I liked the first one a lot, with Leon and Raylan. It was really, really good. I liked it. We talk about it all the time. My favorite part of the book is when like the demons were coming at Raylan, and Leon goes and rescues her cat Cheesecake. I about cried, y'all. That was my favorite part. Okay, so that's like my dark romance recommendation right now. I haven't like her soul to take got me back into reading dark romance because I was scarred very, very badly because I read Haunting Adeline when I was way, way too young. And that's why I stress so much on here that if you're not 18 plus, please do not read my book. Do not read the books that I recommend. Because I've been there, I've done that. And it will scar you on certain stuff. I promise you. And the Souls trilogy is 18 plus. I want to add that really quickly. Alright, let's move on to romance. So, I'm not a huge romance reader. I'm just going to be completely honest. I can sit here on my bed and I can count to you how many books on my shelf are actually romance books. I will, in fact, do that right now. There's Wildfire, It's Not Summer Without You, King of Wrath, and King of Pride. And that is all the romance books that I own. So, now, I do have 2 on my Kindle that I've read, which are as follows. The first Twisted series book, which is Twisted Love, and then the second, which is Twisted Games. I have not read Twisted Hate yet because I recently purchased Onyx Storm, tried to read half of it, got emotionally damaged, took a break from it. Now I'm reading Her Soul for Revenge. I will go back to Onyx Storm. I like it. I just was not emotionally prepared. And I feel like the book community can agree on that. Very good book. Just not emotionally prepared. I did, however, I will go ahead and say this. I love the Twisted series. I loved the first 2 books of the Kings of Sin. I will finish reading those. I just got bored with romance. And people will argue this point, I'm sure. Romance bores me because it's usually the same plot, if that makes sense. I know romantasy is to some point, but there's a lot more room for twists and turns. These 2 book series, though, the Twisted series and the Kings of Sin, they have twists like a romantasy novel. There are plot twists galore. I bought the Kings of Sin last year, during the summer. And then my summer got, really, really busy. And I, wound up having to get stitches because of an injury. And then, obviously, as y'all know, we went from, so I started school back in August. So from August to November, I had school, I had internships, I had volunteer hours, I had work, I had a bunch. And at that time, me and C talk about how she's kind of in a reading slump. That was my reading slump, and C was on top of it. She was boom, boom, boom with the reading. I was not. I was slumped out of my mind with reading, and so Kings of Sin, that's just kind of where they fell. And I haven't picked them back up. They're those books, though, that I want, the actual book in my hand. Twisted Love, it could go either way. Kings of Sin, though, they are just so pretty. The designs and everything, because I'm a book collector. I go for the sprayed edges, I go for the very beautifully painted spines, the cover art, I go for all that. And Kings of Sin is just absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. So I'll probably pick those up going into summer again and read those. The last 2, I think there's actually a 3rd one out now. I think there's 5. So I'm going to do that. But those are the only... So Wildfire. I mentioned Wildfire. It's been a few years. I'm a senior. I was probably a sophomore when I read Wildfire. I think. Maybe a junior. Or it might have been in that weird in-between moment. I liked Wildfire when I first read it. I cannot for the life of me pick that book back up and read it again. I have read it 1 time and 1 time only. I, however, have not read Icebreaker. Everybody keeps telling me that it's super, super, I'm trying to think of the word. Crap. Anyways, everybody tells me it's like super just weird. And I don't know. Not weird, spicy. There we go. Super spicy. And I mean, all the spice charts I've seen would agree with that. So I don't know. I may pick it up over the summer and read it. I may not. Who really knows? The summer I turned pretty. Or no, it's not the summer I turned pretty. It's not Summer Without You. It's a branch off of The Summer I Turned Pretty. That whole franchise is confusing, y'all. I'm gonna be completely honest. Cause like I grabbed that book and I didn't know like which book to read first. And it didn't really give like a prologue of who everybody was. I just kinda got thrown into it on who everybody was, and I don't like that. I like character growth and development, and that was not in the book. I didn't even finish reading that book. Like, the spine on that book's not broke at all. It is perfectly. And with my books, that is a clean, dead giveaway of when they're paperbacks, because I buy mostly paperbacks. If my book is not like broken, it's a dead giveaway. I either didn't even read that book, or I DNF'd it halfway through, or did not like it. This one was the last one. I didn't like it. I was like bored the whole time. I didn't DNF it, but I was bored. That's my romance ones though. I'm gonna do mystery because it's my second largest category of books that I own that are mystery books. And then I don't really know where the Crawdads Sing, where it falls. I always put it in like, or Cicadas Sing of Summer Graves. I put that one in mystery too. But I don't know where they fall. I don't know. So I'm gonna put where Cicadas Sing of Summer Graves. I'm gonna put it in mystery. I have not actually read it yet. But like reading the back of it and everything, I put it in mystery. And like thriller. So just so you know, mystery and thriller are gonna be like combined for this one. So we have One of Us is Lying. Y'all. Okay, I'm gonna name them off and then I'll go back through and I'll talk about them. I have One of Us is Lying, The Haunting. We did an episode on that one. I'm gonna put Where the Crawdads Sing in here. Just because it had like the murder. Yeah, the guy died. And she was like accused of the murder. So we're gonna put that there in mystery. Just because of that. I may be wrong. Y'all don't come for me if I am. So we have The Haunting, One of Us is Lying. Oh, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Yeah. Where the Crawdads Sing. I'm trying to look at my shelf, and it's like across the room. Cicadas Sing of Summer Graves. The Lost. The Lost Key. And The Summer She Went Missing. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. So, first rattle out of the box. One of Us is Lying. I love this book so much. C will be reading this one soon. She likes mystery. She's been asking me for mystery books. That is a good mystery book. It is actually a series. I don't know how many books are in the series, but I know there's more than just The One of Us is Lying. The Haunting. The Haunting. I read that book every year around Halloween. I love it so, so much. It is YA. So is One of Us is Lying. Most of my mystery books are YA. I should say that. I should say that most of the RAM. You know you live in a small town, guys, when you know who your neighbor's truck is by the sound of it. Okay. All of my mystery books are YA. I feel like I should say that because it's true. I did have some Kay Hooper books, but I kind of got out of reading her books. Psychological thrillers, pretty much. And so I donated them. They're really good, though. I like them. If you like psychological thrillers, Kay Hooper is your lady. Now, I have not read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I want to. I just haven't yet. I will, though. Where the Crawdads Sing. I love this book. I read it for school, sophomore year. I think it was sophomore. I think. Anyways, I read it for school one year and did a report on it. Then I picked it up and I read it again last summer when I had my stitches and everything. And I was laid up in bed. I reread it. And I still love that book so much. It will probably forever have a place on my shelf. And it will probably forever be one of my favorite books. The Lost is also by Natasha Peterson. I think that's how you say her last name. I'm so sorry if it's not. I like it. It's psychological. It is very psychological, and I like it a lot. I read it several times. Possibly one of my favorites. It's up there with The Haunting. She's a great author all around for mystery. I really, really like it. Cicadas Sing of Summer Graves. I have not read it. I've read partial pieces of it, and I can't get motivated to read it. I will read it one day, though. I will force myself to read it if I must. Because I really want to read it. Because I heard a lot of good talk about it when I originally bought it. Because it's been a few years since I bought it. I heard a lot of good stuff about it. I really want to read it. So I'm going to, eventually. The Lost Key. The Lost Clue. There we go. Lost Clue. A Lamplighter. It's a Lamplighter book. So if you don't know what Lamplighter is, it's this company who takes these really, really old books. I think this one was written the 1700s. They rebind them, repurpose them, and translate them. It's very good. It's a good mystery book. It is YA. It's totally clean. There's no cussing or anything in it. So if you like mystery, Lamplighter is your way to go. Or if you even just like older books, because I do like the classics. I have quite a few classics on my shelf. Like Fahrenheit. I don't know if Fahrenheit's a classic. Fahrenheit's probably a classic. I have Fahrenheit. I have some Charles Dickens books. I have Mark Twain. So, I have Anne Frank, too. So, quite a few of them. But Lamplighter is really good. I love their books. And then the last one I want to talk about, I read not too long ago. It's The Summer She Went Missing. That book rocked me, y'all. It's totally clean. There's no cussing. to my best, not like if I remember correctly. There might have been like a word here or there, but totally clean, mystery. Girls are getting abducted though, so know that if that triggers you. But it's really good. I liked it. Let's move on to my favorite genre, the romantasy. Huge romantasy girl. If y'all haven't figured out by now, this is kind of just a sit-down video of me explaining my book preferences and hopefully encouraging you to read them because they're very good. So obviously, romantasy, enemies to lovers, incredible plot lines, incredible worlds. I could go on and on and on. I'm going to start with The Cruel Prince because it is our newest one that we've done an episode on. Is the Cruel Prince trilogy. It is YA. It's very good. I don't want to say a bunch because I don't want to spoil the episodes, but we're gonna have the Queen of Nothing episode out soon. I'm working on it currently, so just know that. The next series that I want to say, I've seen a lot of stuff about here lately. Light Lark is YA romantasy. Okay? It's clean, y'all. There are innuendos, yes, but it is so clean, it's not even funny. Nightbane is clean. There's innuendos, but it is clean. I have not read Skyshade. I want to so badly, but my birthday's coming up, and I want to go to the really big Barnes & Nobles. Anybody who's ever been around Hamilton Place knows which one I'm talking about. I want to go to that. I will not buy another book until I go to Barnes & Nobles. So those are my two. Well, I'm going to throw Once Upon a Broken Heart in there by Stephanie Garber. I'm going to throw it in there as a YA romantasy. Oh, look at all myself. Oh, Powerless. Powerless is YA. I have not read Powerless. Once Upon a Broken Heart will forever be the book that makes me cry because it is so sweet. I loved it so much. I will forever. Okay, let's move on to the adult romantasy. I'm getting into the good stuff now. Now, I have Fourth Wing. I have the whole series of Fourth Wing. All the books that we availably have. I will never love a series as much as I love Fourth Wing. I will say it now. In a year or so, I may disagree with myself, but that's okay. So we have Fourth Wing. We love Fourth Wing. I will never get over Fourth Wing. Currently trying to read Onyx Storm. It's working out okay. It's very emotional though, but we were kind of warned that it would be, so I'm not really mad. The other romantasy books that I have are the Riveter's Games. I haven't read it, but I want to. And so I ordered it for school, and I just haven't read it yet. So there's that. And then I have my Sarah J. Maas collection. I have all of ACOTAR, and I have the first two Crescent City books. Crescent City, y'all, I loved it. It's up there with Fourth Wing. It did not beat Fourth Wing, but it's up there with Fourth Wing. ACOTAR, I have to remind myself sometimes that she wrote that book when she was younger, like the first book. And so we're seeing it progress as she wrote it, and her audience grew and changed and adapted. I have to remind myself of that because the last book is like super spicy. But she was later in her writing years, so it changed a little bit. All in all, still a really good book. I love the series. I've read more romantasy on my Kindle here recently, but I'm currently kind of out of time because I try to keep the videos around like the 30-minute mark, because if I don't, I will ramble for the whole time. But if this video does good, I may sit down and like really go in depth on my favorites of each genre. Because see, I prefer doing it like this than picking, I shouldn't say always, but most of the time I like to do it like this more and just kind of run through it and then go back and pick a couple from each genre to talk about instead of doing just one book episodes. Because I get nervous trying to talk about one book. But y'all will kind of see our content grow and adapt as we grow and adapt and get more comfortable filming and everything. But yeah, thank y'all for like doing the views that y'all have so far. It's really incredible. Like if you asked me last year or even a few months ago, I never would have thought that we would have started a podcast. And here we are. So, things change. Life adapts. But this is probably one of the most exciting parts about it. But, as always, I hope all the book besties, all the book girls, I hope y'all's iced coffees are full. I hope your Kindles are charged. And I hope you get an unlimited supply of book money. And I hope they have all the sprayed edges that your heart desires. And as always, you can follow us at the Bookish Pod on Instagram. I think it's actually at the Bookish Pod 25. I think it's something like that. My brain's fogged this morning, y'all. I'm telling you, I can't even remember our own Instagram account. And our Gmail, if you'd like to reach out to us, is at thebookishpod25@gmail.com. I will catch y'all on the next read. Bye, y'all.